This is kind of what got me started today. Joe's cigar set off the smoke detector, and John just ran in here and popped the battery out like it was nothing. I mean, we do that kind of thing all the time. And sometimes it sits like that for days before we ever get around to fixing it. And then Molly pointed it out. And then that horrible fire last night that I read about in the paper. I knew it was time we had to do something.
You're right, Kim, and just in time.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you'll see in a minute, but first, I want to put a detector here, next to your old one. This one looks like it's at least 15 or 20 years old.
Well, it was here when we moved in, and that was 14 years ago. But we do check it regularly.
That's good, but just because the test button is working doesn't mean the smoke detector is.
How can that be?
Well, I'll explain. These sensors need to be carefully vacuumed regularly and then safely tested with an aerosol spray tester like this, smoke detector tester. You see, Kim, the sensing unit can actually get clogged with dust or spider webs or insects, and then even though the test button is working, the sensor could fail during an actual fire. Again, it's a false sense of security.
You're right.
And also, Kim, all detectors need to be replaced once they're 10 years old. But the one I've installed will work for now.
There's not going to be another fire, is there?
There is, but this time we won't be here to do anything about it. We're only going to be able to watch.
I don't believe this. Why can't we stop it?
Because you won't be home when the fire starts.
What was that?
It's the sound of electrical burning. It's from the energized outlet.
Oh, there goes our smoke detector already.
No, Kim, yours will stand silent throughout this fire.
Oh, that's right. We took the batteries out.
You're hearing the one I just installed. It alarmed only 90 seconds after the fire started. You can see that at this point it would be no problem to cover your mouth and nose and still be able to crawl out to safety. But watch now how quickly this thick, deadly black smoke fills your home. Kim, we're only 3 minutes into this fire, and the ceiling temperature is hundreds of degrees hotter than the floor, and breathing air just 4 feet from the ground would quickly be fatal.
Oh, my goodness.
Kim, the fire is now doubling in size about every 30 seconds, and left undetected, it would destroy your entire home in just a few more minutes.
Oh, my.
As you can see, making an escape now would be nearly impossible.
When will it be put out?
Thanks to a flawless response and attack, this fire will be extinguished just 6.5 minutes after it began.
This is like a nightmare. Everything is black. I thought fire was bright.
It's only in Hollywood, Kim. This is the real thing. This blackness is what the firefighters see as they arrive now. They'll have it out in just a few seconds.
I don't believe this. It just happened so fast and so much damage.
This is the way it happens, Kim.
This can't be my house. The smell, the taste, everything is all wet. Everything is ruined. All my family pictures. Oh, and my grandparents. Oh, and Maura's doll. Oh, my grandmother handmade this dress. It was the last one she ever made. Oh, our wedding album. It's ruined. At least we have good fire insurance.
Well, Kim, the fire insurance is very important, but no insurance in the world can replace these photos. Or your home videos.
Oh.
Or Maura's doll.
Oh, she did love this doll.
Kim, you have to realize that this quick fire has just taken your home away from you and your family, probably for months to come.
What do you mean by that?
This is your life now. Whether you like it or not, whether you have time for this or not.
You don't understand. I don't have time for this. I don't even have enough time for Joe or the kids or even myself.
Well, things have changed. Just like that. In the amount of time it takes for you to read the kids a story at night, that's how long this fire took. Now you have to make time to deal with it all. The first thing that's going to happen, the fire inspectors will secure the home and begin their investigation. They have to figure out what started this fire in the first place. They need to determine the exact cause of this fire in order to rule out arson.
Arson?
Yeah, arson. Deliberately set fires are a major problem in this country, so every fire needs to be carefully looked at to help avoid insurance fraud.
Do you know how this fire started?
We don't know yet, but if and when arson is ruled out, there'll be a settlement with the insurance company, and then begins the long, hard road of dealing with the contractors, the inspectors, while you and your family live in another location.
Another location? We don't have another location.
Kim, you'll be staying somewhere else for quite a while.
But why? This fire was pretty much in this room, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, then why can't we just board up this room and live in the rest of the house?
Well, Kim, this is the part I don't think you understand. You're right. The fire was confined just to this one area of the living room, but the smoke and the heat went up and traveled throughout the house, destroying everything in its path. The only thing that can really slow down that heat and smoke is a closed door.
Well, we try to keep our doors closed.
And that's a good thing, because that helps save the bedrooms upstairs and one of them down here.
One of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we left Maura's room open.
Let's go take a look. Kim, look at the damage in this room. And this is all just from smoke and the heat. The heat was so intense at the ceiling that it actually melted the blinds. And this is nowhere near where the fire was. And look at Maura's little animal tower. See how the ones at the top are so much darker than the ones at the bottom? This is a perfect example of the importance of staying low and crawling during a fire.
It really is.
And let me show you how the smoke and soot just settles on everything. This is what usually kills in a house fire, not the flame. Kim, now let me show you the bedroom across the hall.
It's perfect. You can't even tell there was a fire.
The closed door protected it.
My dining room. Oh, the kitchen. All the food. Everything is destroyed. How could this... What can I do to prevent this fire from happening? I'll do anything.
Well, Kim, it's really pretty simple. We've already gone through and pointed out so many of the potential problem areas. You just have to make sure that you take care of all of them. But remember, no matter how good and careful you are, you still can't prevent all fires from happening. That's why you always have to have the earliest possible warning of any fire.
And how do I do that?
With good working smoke detectors, and lots of them.
How many are lots?
I'd like to see one in every room, but especially each bedroom, and make sure you check them often. Also, Kim, it's very important that you have a good escape plan worked out for your family and practice it. You saw how quickly this whole room and the whole house filled up with that thick black smoke. If you haven't practiced staying low with your family and crawling out under the smoke, you don't stand a chance in a situation like this. Also, make sure you have at least 2 ways out of every room, and that's going to mean buying an escape ladder for upstairs for those bedrooms, and practice going out the windows with the children.
All right, I will. It seemed like just minutes ago that Joe and John were sitting here watching the game, and the girls were in the other room playing. Will we prevent this fire from happening?
You will.
Thank you. I've seen enough. Can we please go back?
Okay. But first, Kim, just take one last look around and one more breath of this destruction. And this is what I want you to remember the next time you think you don't have enough time to take care of a hazard, or service a smoke detector, or practice an escape with your family.
I will. I will always make enough time.
Good. Let's go back.
John, how did... That certainly was the ultimate lesson. Are you sure we're back in the present now?
I'm sure.
Good. Boy, am I glad that's over.
Well, Kim, the lesson is never really over. You need to stay smart about fire safety every minute of every day. Never take your guard down. Also, keep one step ahead of that fire that's just waiting to start and destroy your home.
I'll try my best.
And take this lesson home and share it with your family.
Oh, don't worry, I will. But they are never going to believe what happened to me here today.
Well, Kim, don't worry about that part. Just remember the lesson and act on it, because that's the only way you're going to be able to prevent disasters like this from ever happening.
Okay. Thanks, John. I gotta go. Bye. Thanks again.
Yeah, honey, we're in here.
Jackson knocked him out. So it's a first down of Pickman for Michigan at the 40-yard line. Greasy rolls out. He looks downfield and takes a lick. Can't go down here and start butting heads with linebackers.
What's up with Mom? Don't worry about Mom. She gets like this every time she watches It's a Wonderful Life.
Told him he should start sliding. See?
Hi, Molly. I'm back.
First down at the 40-yard line.
Mom,
Knock him out.
did you know when you left, you left the stove on?
It was actually
But it's okay. I changed it off when it started to smoke.
Thank you, Molly. Don't worry. Mommy will never do that again, okay?
Okay.
Downfield. You see Jackson, number 2, pointing there.
Hi, sweetie. I'm back. I didn't even know you were gone. Oh, yeah. I'm back.
So the tension builds at 4:19 to
Joe,
play in the ball game.
We have some serious work to do around the house. Today, right after the game.
Okay, honey.
State's never been ranked 7th in the nation. They've never had an opportunity to do what they have in front of them.
We'll get
today.
right on
Trailing
it.
by 5.
The game's almost over.
Pressure coming from number 22.
See, Mommy, I I didn't break my doll.